It is true. Artists have a weird side. Welcome to the Art Project. If you're new here, please subscribe. If you enjoy this video at all, if you find anything in it helpful, true, factual, healing, meditative, philosophical, whatever, please hit the thumbs up button. Leave a comment down below. This is somewhat interactive. Okay, well, it's not really interactive at all unless you leave a comment. That's how you interact. So feel free to interact. Like most of you, right now, I am at home quarantined because of the coronavirus. And I have worked, I have hurt my back, I have built stuff, I have cleaned stuff, I have prepared lessons, I have graded papers. I'm a teacher, in case you don't already know that. I have interacted with students as much as possible online, via email and Google Classroom and all that sort of thing. And I am now trying to recuperate because I did hurt my back while doing some work around the yard. And so I decided it was time to draw. And I did. And I'm really excited that I got a chance to draw. I like to draw a little bit every day, but even then I don't really get to all the time. And so I decided, hey, it's time to draw. And I think I've made videos before where I've said this. It's time to draw. Got to get the pen and paper out. Got to get to work. So I made a cup of coffee. I broke open the sketchbook. And I began simple shape building. Started with a circle. And I had in mind that I was going to do a face. And not long into doing the face, I remembered having just recently gone and watched the movie Emma with my wife. And I was sort of, just a little background information here, I was kind of tricked into going and seeing Emma. Not by my wife, mind you, but by the people who made the trailer. We're talking Emma 2020, the 2020 version of Emma, which is a Jane Austen movie, a Jane Austen book turned into a movie. It's not the first one. There's a couple of versions of this. But the trailers for this one had me believing that this was going to be sort of a, what's that guy's name? I can't remember. The Royal Tenenbaums and all of that. I thought it was going to be a movie that was kind of quirky like that. And it had its quirky moments. It was definitely interesting and definitely worth the watch. But it wasn't near as quirky as I wanted it to be, as I expected it to be from the previews, from the trailer. So I was a little disappointed there. However, I was completely smitten, not just by Emma's face, but by like everybody's face in that movie. I don't know if they did some Photoshop or what on their faces, but their lips were interesting, their eyes were really big. It was fantastic. And so in this particular picture that I'm drawing, I started thinking about Emma. And the features here are loosely based on Emma. I wasn't trying to make it look exactly like Emma, but I wanted to use the lips, and I really wanted to make the eyes bigger. I don't really think I did the eyes quite right. As I'm looking at them now, I see things that are wrong that I should fix, but this was sort of the first time that I've had a chance to draw the eyes and the lips since watching the movie. And don't look at it now, like don't judge it yet. It is not quite done. This is not the collar that she wore at all, but I enjoy drawing these collars, and so I wanted to put this kind of collar on my drawing. And so this is the part where it also sort of gets weird. I mean, not only was I kind of going for this weird Emma sort of face and lips, and not only did I add this collar, which and it's probably one of the strangest things I think people have ever worn. But I also wanted to add tentacles. So this is not Emma. This is more octopus. I also wanted it to all fit on the page, and in doing my simple shape building, I really focused on the face at first, and I didn't think about overall proportions. And then when I started doing this, I was really sort of confined because I didn't want to go off the page. My hope is to actually add this to my Redbubble account eventually and make a t-shirt out of it. But and so in order to do that, everything must fit on the paper. But then I remembered I'm not really confined to the bottom. I can go all the way up into the top. I also wanted it to be symmetrical. So a minute ago you saw me making some tentacles and working them out, and I didn't like them, and so I erased them all. And now I'm adding more tentacles that go all the way up the side. There are 4 of them over here on the right side, and as you will see in just a few minutes, I'm going to get out some tracing paper, trace it, and transfer it to the other side of her face so that they are pretty symmetrical. They're not identical, but they will be pretty symmetrical looking when I'm done. It was a lot of fun. Anyway, so I started this whole thing off with like, artists are weird. And the reason I say that is, well, I mean, first of all, just look at my picture. I've got a picture of a sort of Emma type character with the, I don't know, what is that? Elizabethan collar? I don't know. You can tell me what era that collar was worn during. But, and then with octopus tentacles. So that, first of all, is just strange. Now, when I say that artists are weird, there are a lot of artists out there that are awesome artists, they're great, but you wouldn't really look at them and think that they're weird. I mean, I've got a lot of friends who do artwork, and they don't really come across as weird. At first, yeah. But I think that once you delve into the mind of an artist, there are some weird concepts going on in there. And the truth of the matter is, they're not really weird. Well, I mean, some of them are weird. Yeah, definitely. Some of them are weird. But I think they're also genius, in some sense. You know, maybe genius is not the right word, but they're amazing thoughts that they are weird to us, or weird to the normal person, that is, because the normal person has not thought things like that, or not put things like that together into one cohesive thought. Artists are constantly juxtaposing ideas. For example, juxtaposing Emma with the octopus. That's pretty strange. You know, that's not normal. That's not it's just strange. So anyway, my point is that I think that's what kind of drives the artist, or one of the things that fuels the artist, or makes the artist who they are, makes an artist an artist. The ability to fuse ideas together for better or for worse. You know, you may not like all the ideas. You may not want to hang a picture of Emma with octopus tentacles on your wall, or even wear a t-shirt that way. But that same thing is true for all sorts of things. I mean, if you're a lady and you wear fingernail polish, not every color is for you. Not every color is wrong. It's just not every color is for you, right? And so the same thing is true, I think, with some of these ideas. While you may not particularly care for Emma with octopus tentacles, there's somebody else who may want to have this tattooed on their belly. I don't know. I kind of hope not. But whatever you want to do with it, that's your thing. And I really think that Emma with octopus tentacles is weird as well. But I learned a long time ago to take my ideas and put them down on paper or paint or whatever the case may be, just to see what happens. Just to see if it's more interesting than I expected, more unique than I expected, more normal than I expected, more interesting. Did I say interesting already? More um, more interesting to the public, I guess is what I'm trying to say, than I expected. Besides that, if I waited for like normal stuff to come into my brain and draw that normal stuff, I probably wouldn't get a lot of artwork done. I have a lot of really weird ideas, and some of them I don't do. But if I waited for the normal stuff, um, I don't know. That stuff just doesn't come to me very well. Anyway, I don't know. I'm just kind of rambling. This picture took me about an hour and 30 minutes or so, and that was video footage time. I think there was some time where I lost some footage because my camera heated up and stopped on me. But so we'll say about an hour and 45 minutes worth of time that it took me to do this, and I've sped it up, and it's still almost 20 minutes long. So yeah, there's that. So, have you seen the movie, Emma? Were you fascinated with the eyes and the lips the way I was? The way I was? Um, if you were, if you, yeah, if you were, let me know in the description down below, in the comments down below. Um, what do you think about artists and their weirdness? Are you an artist? Do you think you're weird? Are you not an artist? Do you have artist friends who are weird? Do you have artist friends that are normal? Are you sure they're normal? Anyway, I say as long as your ideas are not violent, and what I mean by violent, I mean I like violence in movies, and I like violence sort of in song, like really aggressive songs, that sort of thing. But I don't like to bring harm to anybody. So as long as it's like make believe, I'm kind of cool with that. And I'm not sure why I was saying this. Oh yeah, as long as your ideas aren't just like violent towards other people, put those ideas down on paper, paint, canvas, whatever it is you're doing. I think it's a far better outlet to put that stuff down on canvas and paper than it is to let it fester and become violence towards other people, or vandalism, or destruction. Whatever it is. Some people have a lot of issues. Actually, I think all people have a lot of issues, and we have to cope with them some way. And I think it's better to put it down on paper or canvas than it is to vandalize or destroy other people's property, or to act out your violence in other ways. I don't know. I'm getting off on a tangent. Anyway, so my plan here, at the end of this video, you'll see sort of a finished piece. It's not completely finished, but it's sort of finished. It's in my sketchbook, so this is not like a permanent deal. But I'm thinking about scanning it, printing it out, projecting it onto a larger piece of board, painting it, cutting it out, and making it to hang on the wall. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Would you like to see that happen? Also, I plan on taking a picture of it and putting it on my Redbubble account. If you don't know about my Redbubble account, you can find a link down in the description below. Basically, that's a website where you can go and buy some of my artwork on shirts and coffee mugs and stickers and dresses even. It's kind of a neat website. Sold a thing once or twice, I think. I'm not sure. I haven't shown the account any love or attention lately, but like I said, I'm going to load this up, and we'll see. Also, you can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on Facebook, and I have a Facebook page for The Art Project. Always trying to do stuff down in the description. And go back and check out some of my other videos. I've done some other videos where I drew tentacle people, I think, and I've done lots of faces. So if you're liking this video at all, there's other stuff on my channel for you. So yep, again, just rambling. That weird artist talk. So help me do some juxtapositioning. Throw down in the comments for me what you think a good juxtaposition would be. Whose face with tentacles, or maybe tentacles or other animal creature combined with something, or I don't know. Tell me in the description. If I tell you, then I don't need you to tell me. So you tell me in the description below. I mean, in the comments down below. I keep saying the wrong thing. In the comments down below, tell me what you think would be a good juxtapositioning. Also, feel free to tell me what's missing on this picture. Maybe it's not complete. By the way, I'm using a Nico G nib. I did a review on that a couple weeks ago. It's a good pen, good nib. I'm actually still using the same nib, the very first one. A 10 came in the package, and I'm still using the same first one. I have not switched yet, but I've also been taking better care of it than I have my other nibs. I've been dipping it in pen cleaner, and by pen cleaner I mean I've actually been dipping it in Windex. I've got a little cup of Windex, and I dip it in there, and then I wipe it off with a paper towel, and that's how I clean the acrylic FW ink off of it every time. And like I said, so far it's still going. I haven't had to change nibs out at all. So it's amazing what happens when you take good care of your stuff. Alright, well, I hope you stay safe. Don't get the coronavirus if you haven't already. Don't panic. I don't think it's really deadly. I mean, it obviously is deadly. It's kind of killed some people, but that's I think it's mostly people with low immune systems. If you're a strong, healthy person, okay, I'm going to shut up talking about the coronavirus because I don't really know anything about it other than I get to stay home and work from home for a little while. By the way, give props to your teacher friends because they are working hard to provide online education for high school, middle school, and elementary students. I know it's hard. I know this quarantine thing is hard for a lot of people, but I promise you, your teachers are not sitting at home doing nothing or playing around all the time or drawing like I did today, but they are also making lesson plans. I know I have, and grading papers and talking with students online and emails and so on. Anyway, there's my picture. Give it a thumbs up, please, in the down below. Hit the little bell, subscribe, leave a comment, and go make some weird tentacled people if you want to. Bye.